Hello and welcome to a preview trailer video of our new report, which is all about strength training secrets for ACL knee injuries and really showing you the secrets on how you return to sport, being safe to play and no chance of re-injury. So let's have a look at why I made this report in the first place. There's several reasons for this, but the biggest reason is probably the fact that most of the health solutions that are offered just really treat symptoms and don't really look at the big picture of how the injury actually was created in the first place. And I don't know if this is just from poor education or that we're sort of trapped in this modality of looking at where the area in pain is. We've got to try and get rid of pain and really becoming ignorant to how the injury was created, which is usually from poor movement. When you consider 70% of the injuries in ACL are from non-contact situations, meaning that no one touched the person, was how they landed or how they moved to change direction, it means that you must have a program that identifies how you're moving poorly and then how are you going to correct it. Where most of the training programs that are offered are really ignorant and they just focus on trying to build strength in the quads and the VMO and really just looking, saying, okay, once we've got you strong you can go out and you're ready to go, when it's not like that at all. So I wanted to create a report that really showed you how to firstly prevent it so you don't get in that position in the first place. So if you're playing sports, this is an excellent injury prevention tool and would actually help you to improve performance. And also if you've actually already injured your ACL and are currently going through rehab, this will give you some extra stuff that most likely you have not seen before. And like I said, it will really show you how you can return to sport knowing that you're really ready to play and that the mechanism behind your injury has been identified and corrected. Now, big thing myself, I actually injured my ACL. I tore my ACL a couple of years ago. Mine was from I slipped on a wet patch on a basketball court and my leg went one way, I went the other. So prior to that I'd never had any injury, and a lot of the stuff I was using in here in this book was actually helping me stay uninjured. I just happened to have one of those bad just million to one chances of someone not cleaning up water on the floor, but I had seen this injury happen many times with players on sporting fields and basketball courts, and it was just from dribbling or just landed after a rebound or after taking a mark in football. And again, a lot of the stuff that they were using in their rehab when they came and saw me later on wasn't addressing any of these things. So I wanted to show you how I was using stuff that was for improving sports performance and then turned it into a assessment tool and a correction strategy for people who'd suffered this terrible injury. So like I was saying before, ignorance to teaching movement skills is the biggest problem, and cutting and pivoting, which is change of direction, landing from jumps, and even running technique. This is again I don't know how many times the surgeon says, yeah, you're good to go back running, and after he just looks at your knee, he's never even seen you run. That just amazes me that they just assume that you know how to run right. When if you are a non-contact injury, there's a good chance your running form is not ideal. So just going back to what you were doing before the injury means you're just going to get injured again. It's just craziness to me. I just cannot understand how people just think that fitness training can change an injury, which it cannot. And also I want to show a lot of our best integration techniques on how we integrate upper body with lower body and really execute good timing and motor control. Alright, so let's take a quick look at what's inside. And I'll just get rid of this. Alright, so this is what the book's like. So as you can see, 129 pages that I've provided here for you, and this table of contents, so you can go straight to all the different things, and you can see here there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I'm going to cover, and in quite in depth though. So, and there'll be some testimonials I've included in here as well, people who've gone through this process before. Some resources if you want to look up extra information about this. These are great, looking up statistics and research. This one in particular has a stack of stuff you can get lost in there. I go through a bit about what the ACL does, how it happens, what are the warning signs, risk factors, and I go through several of these risk factors. and really explaining why the people are really missing things, in terms of their training program. Feet are a big problem, and I talk a fair bit about that, as I've spoken before. Running technique and cutting skills. Why females and kids are the worst, most at risk. Explaining the different roles of muscles, the joint by joint approach. How we sort of gradually progress through a program, so we don't just skip the stability and flexibility stage, which I so often see, and people go straight to here, and we explain why that's a disaster. Movement skills, why it succeeds. Core exercises, a lot of them are actually creating your problem. How to activate your slings, and you'll see throughout this video there's a lot of links to videos. So for example, these, because it's very hard to provide a two-dimensional picture that describes how it works. Even if I can draw lines and stuff on it, it still just doesn't do it justice. So throughout the report I've given you links to actually see the YouTube video of how to do these drills. So this report is loaded with about 60 videos that you can get straight to from within the program. I give you what's the goal of the program and the 5 different levels we've got to work our way through, and why these are always the bottom layers. We can't get to these if I don't have these ones first. Alright, so I sort of show you how you go through that. We give you assessments and we take through them one by one, some from simple stretches to even corrective stuff after the injury, what to do in the initial days straight after, to mobility drills, which are a bit different to flexibility drills, foam rolling, stability exercises and how to sort of test them, what to look for, looking at through feet and everything. Again, some of the complicated exercises we may use, working through to then the things that would follow up after the assessments, and then into the strength exercises, working our way through squats, bending exercises, lunging, pushing, squatting, pulling, twisting, basic single leg, so a stack of single leg things you'll see here. So there's a lot of progressions from simple to more complicated, to assessments with hopping, and then working into the last stage, which is the most important stage, where we start to teach you all the cutting drills. And there's many of them. As you can see here, there's quite a lot, and we take you through all of these different various drills to make sure that you've got everything under control. We'll look at running technique. We'll give you some links to videos on that as well. Discuss nutrition as well, and then at the very end we go through into the programs, how to break them up, and I'll give you a stack of programs for injury prevention and then also rehabilitation. Alright, so there's a whole heap of stuff there that you can really use to your advantage and get the most out of your training. So to get the book, go to our website. We've got this for only $17, which is, this book is by far our biggest one we've ever done. Most of the other ones were a half that, like 60, 70 pages. This one's 130, just because there's so much stuff to cover. And like I said, we're giving you all the videos with links to videos within the book itself, so to guide you on how to put it all together. And with the programs, it sort of shows you how you can, based on like what the assessing part that you've determined, how you start to put it all together, so you don't skip stages and progress too quickly and set yourself up for problems down the track. So go to our website in this link below in our online shop, and you can get a copy of that. And and if you have any problems, give me a call. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on our next video.